keep us from destroying each other. Instead of criticizing, harming or hindering each other, we must serve each other. See the need around me and meet it. Serving, ministering to one another, balances our hearts so that they do not tend toward legalism or debauchery. Serving will keep us growing as disciples of Christ who love God and love their neighbors as themselves. Therefore, as disciples of Christ we are called to serve minister. Therefore, 1. Serve your spouse, 2. Serve your children, 3. Serve your siblings, 4. Serve your parents, 5. Serve your co-workers, 6. Serve your neighbors, 7. Serve your fellow citizens. If you see a need, fill it. You see something that needs to be done, do it. Not only because it is needed, but because this is what characterizes someone who is in a growing relationship with Christ. But if you are like me, when you hear this about serving, well, you begin to ask yourself, well, it's okay to serve, but to what extent? To what extent? And my dignity. Don't you think I'm weak? I know that perhaps your case is difficult, complicated. But I show you something tremendous that Jesus did in chapter 13 of the Gospel of St. John. It was the last time with his disciples before facing the crucifixion. It was the Last Supper. There was Judas, the traitor. There was Peter who was going to deny him shortly. There were the others who would be cowards in a few hours. John 13, 3-5 say, Jesus knew that the Father had put all things under his control, and that he had come out from God and was returning to him, so he got up from the table, took off his cloak, and tied himself a towel around the waist. Then he poured water into a container and began to wash the feet of his disciples and to dry them with the towel that was around his waist. John 13, 3-5 NIV. It was his time, all things were under the dominion of him. His origin and his destiny were certain. He came from God and went to God. There were the traitors, the cowards and those who would deny. And he did something impressive, he served them. For this celebration everything had been prepared, except one thing: no one had washed the guests' feet, which was a gesture of hospitality performed by the youngest of the house's servants. All the disciples felt too important to do that work. Jesus stood up, took off his cloak, took the towel and a booklet of water and began to wash the disciples' feet. Then he told them in verses 12-17, Do you understand what I've done with you? You call me Master and Lord, and you say, well, because I am. For if I, the Lord and Master, have washed your feet, you also must wash one another's feet. I have set an example for you, so that you can do the same as I have done with you. Do you understand this? Blessed will they be if they put it into practice. Illustrates, I don't know if they have ever washed your feet. It is an overwhelming experience. One time we went to a retreat and then the retreat leaders took bowls of water and towels and washed our feet. What an impressive exhortation. Without words, Jesus told them these important words. I have set an example for you so